This
Joanne, you must start
conference
the
will now
recording.
be recorded.
All right, call the meeting to order, 6:32. If you would, rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, first item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. I have one item I would like to add. First item to add under new business. It deals with hiring. Discuss hiring a transfer station attendant as a part-time position and also a new finance director. Any other additions or changes to the agenda?
No, I don't have any.
I have none. This is Sean.
Did you need
Okay.
to add the appointment for RiverCog?
No, not yet.
Not today? Okay.
All right, can I have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
This
I'll
is
make
Kate.
a
I'll make
motion.
a motion.
That's good. Go for it, Kate.
All right. This is Kate. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Okay, thank you, Kate. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. All right, motion carries unanimously. Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. We have two sets of minutes to do. The normal minutes start with the normal meeting on August 17th.
This is Sean. There's just one correction. There's a spelling error. Second line of Neil Perrin's thing. There's an extra letter in the word it.
Still there? I don't see you on my screen.
Yeah, I'm still here. I don't know if you heard what I said.
Okay, no, not at all. At least I didn't.
So, like I said, I'm having the phone and I'm trying to hook up now. Neil Perrin's comment, the second line, the word it has an extra letter. Should probably be corrected before it becomes official.
All right, Joanne, do you have that change? Okay, thank you. The other thing is the minutes were titled Special Board of Selectmen's Meeting. I think it was just a regular Board of Selectmen's meeting on the 17th.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Okay. All right, any other changes?
This is Kate. No, I didn't have any.
All right, can I have a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Thank you, Sean. All in favor, say aye.
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 All right. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you all. Second meeting was a special Board of Selectmen's meeting. It was held on August 26th to approve application for the neglected cemeteries grant. Do I have any amendments to make to those meetings?
I
This
have
is
none.
Kate. This is Kate. It looks like there's a sentence at the top of the minutes that was a carryover. It says called the meeting to order at 6:30 p.m.
Ay. Got it.
All right.
What a mess.
Yeah, so I think if we just rearrange the call to order time, I didn't have any other changes.
Got it. All right, can I have a motion to approve as amended?
This is Kate. I'll make a motion to approve August 26th meeting minutes as amended.
Thank you, Kate. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. All right, next thing on the agenda is public comment, limit of 3 minutes. Does anyone have any comment to make to the board? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to the next item after that, the Selectmen's update. This one's a short one. Tylerville water update. Hookups are now at 95% complete. Service to Little Meadow Road, which is a back lot, continues to be an issue. We're looking at different ways to make that connection. Two proposed alternatives cost one about $450,000 and the other $625 or so thousand. So we're exploring what options we may have in addition to eminent domain. Next item to update Rossi property. We'll be discussing in executive session today the purchase and sale agreement. Roadwork update. Pavement has been completed on Christian Hill. The town crew will be going back as is normal practice to do aprons and curbing and any other finish work. We're looking to start Lieutenant Schubel and or possibly Old Turnpike Road next. Other issues, COVID-19, again, cases continue to tick up. We had 45 at the last Board of Selectmen's meeting. We're now up to 53 cases. A number of those were related to the same event involving a birthday party in Rhode Island on a Saturday, followed by an additional outing by a number of the participants on the Connecticut River in Haddam. I think 8 of the 10 initial participants from that, not all are from Haddam, did get infected with COVID-19. So again, just a word to the wise, it's still around. Even when you're outside, please maintain social distance and masks if you cannot. Last item I have to talk about is the upcoming presidential election. The Secretary of State's office was supposed to start and has, to the best of my knowledge, started to mail out the absentee ballot applications. I haven't heard of anyone yet in Haddam getting it. They were starting with the larger towns, but you should be getting an application. It's going out to every registered voter shortly. That's all I have. To either the other selectmen have anything else to add to the update?
This is Sean. No, I don't.
This is Kate. Just quickly, the farmers market is continuing on Friday afternoons from 3:30 to 6:30. We are planning to run it through until at least October 9th. Attendance has dwindled down a little bit. We recognize back to school and sports and everything, but we would like to make sure that we finish strong. So come on out Friday afternoons.
Okay, and once again, I've got to add how impressed I am with how much better the market is going than it was last year. I mean, there's a number of factors involved, but thank you everyone for their efforts. All right, next item on the agenda, Board of Education update. Jen, I assume that's why you're here?
That is why I'm here.
All right.
I will be filling in now, so you shall see my face a little bit more often.
Okay.
We started off the school year last month before the schools reopened. We spent the whole month fine-tuning the details. In August, after local districts were granted the flexibility on how to open schools, RSD 17 reopening committee decided on a hybrid plan for the first 4 weeks of school with the option of full remote learning for any family that wanted to choose that. The district surveyed families to identify how many students would be learning remotely, who would be riding the buses, who would be purchasing school lunch. Laptops and masks were distributed to every student, and curriculum was modified to ensure continuity. Whether you were at home or in school, all students participated in synchronous learning throughout the day. As school begins, the district will continue to reevaluate the circumstances and will communicate with families in September on future steps. In policy, the policy committee recommended temporary policy amendments related to COVID-19 to the existing policy for the 2021 school year. These policies, such as limiting visitors in the schools or technology procedures or internet safety, were approved by the board and emailed to the parents by the superintendent. We received 2 requests for out-of-district students to transfer into RSD 17, and the board had a discussion and decided to defer that to the policy committee for further exploration. We welcomed our new board member, Prem Ithal from Haddam, as the 11th member of the Board of Education. He was voted in by Haddam residents to fill the remainder of the term left behind by Jerry Matthews. Prem's going to be serving on the Finance Committee, and he is chairing the Strategic Planning Committee. A diversity committee of district teachers and staff was established this summer with a purpose to review and enhance the school district's efforts to address topics of multiculturalism in the curriculum. The committee worked on reviewing and updating the language arts and social studies curriculums, including incorporating new reading materials for the coming year. The oil tanks for both Burr and KES will be installed in September. A temporary oil tank was placed at Burr Elementary to produce hot water until the permanent tank could be installed. The field house has progressed over the summer. We've installed the voice evacuation system, wiring for the lighting, pole vault box, and we've painted the walls and ceilings. Patches and repairs to the cement, the nearly 50-year-old cement were identified, and they're using a laser leveling analysis to ensure that the floor will pour evenly. Crews are working on the weekends, but delays due to COVID and other minor complications have delayed the project completion into October. And if you want to catch up on what the board subcommittees do, we do post all of our schedules and minutes on the RSD 17 website. So you can find that under Board of Ed meetings, schedules, and minutes. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. All right, moving on. Next item is tax refunds. Again, in your packet, and welcome back to the call, Sean. In your packet, you should have gotten a listing of the requests for tax refunds. I have a total of 10. They are all motor vehicle related for a grand total between all 10 of $1,897.46. Can I have a minute to approve the tax refunds as submitted by the tax collector's office?
This is Kate. Sean and I are both muted. This is Kate. I'll make a motion to approve the tax refunds as noted.
Okay, motion has been made. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. All right, next item, resignation. Barbara Bertrand, our finance director, submitted her 2 weeks notice a little more than 2 weeks ago. Her last day was Friday. So that position is vacant. It's one of the things I want to talk about, the hiring procedure for when we get to new business. You have a copy of the resignation in your package. Is there any discussion on this?
No, just this is Sean. Just to thank her for all her hard work. It's amazing the work she did, and it's gonna be big shoes to fill. But just thank you to her.
Yeah, that's definite. The town has grown, and just a tax clerk, finance clerk rather, wasn't sufficient. I think Barbara did a good job setting up the initial requirements of the office, and she did an awful lot for the town, and I thank her for her service.
This is Kate. Yes, I agree. I asked many a question, and Barbara had a way of explaining things in a way that could actually make sense to me as a person who doesn't like numbers. So thank you, Barbara. I always appreciate you walking me through things.
And yet you work for an engineering firm, Kate.
I do words, not numbers.
All right, moving on. We have 2 items of new business. The first one is hiring. I just want to talk procedures. We have 2 positions to fill. One is Sabina's position. It's a temporary, or not temporary, it's a part-time worker at the transfer station. Chris has already gone through interviews. I just want to get a feel from the board. Do you want to review the selections? Do you want us just to go ahead and make an offer for the job? How do you want to proceed? And if you want to review them, then I'd like to get a special Board of Selectmen's meeting scheduled for, if not this week, then early next week, so we can proceed with the hire.
This is Sean. Is this Joanne had asked about a special meeting? Is this going to take the place of the special meeting? Is that what we're looking at? Have you reviewed all the candidates?
I have not yet. That's on my agenda for tomorrow. This just came up today, and yes, I realized after I had Joanne try to schedule a special meeting that if we could talk and open about how the process but not the candidate. So if you want me to proceed with a hire, we don't need the special meeting. If you want to see resumes or be more involved, then yeah, we'll need that special meeting to complete the hire, whichever way the board wants to go.
Do you know how many candidates we had?
25 candidates, 25 people put in an application. It was narrowed down to 3 for interviews, and then that was narrowed down to the 1 finalist.
It sort of sounds like it's already picked, so.
Well, Chris has. I've been out most of the last 2 weeks. Unfortunately, he moved forward, but how we want to approach it as the board for final decision is still up to us. We can look at anything from looking at all 25 applications to the final, or just the final 3 resumes, to bringing Chris in and discuss it. However you guys want to proceed.
What are your thoughts, Kate?
This is Kate. I think I would prefer to see at least some batch of resumes. I think because this is only the second time this has happened with us as a board, I think I would like to be a little bit more involved right up front, and then maybe just because this is a little bit newer for us.
This is Sean, and I kind of agree with that, because I know going forward with the charter revision change coming up, that's going to change a little bit, with the new wording. So this is sort of like a test run just to see what's going on with that. I would like to see at least the 3, I think.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I'll go ahead and have Joanne set up the special meeting, and we can discuss it then. We'll invite Chris to it, and we'll bring in you'll get copies of the resumes, and if you'd like the applications beforehand as well.
Yeah, a full packet would be good, Bob. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Next one is Finance Director. We're in the process now of finalizing the job description. We have done nothing beyond that. And again, I assume the board would want to be more directly involved in this, as it is one of our most senior positions. My question to you is, at what point do you want your involvement to start? Do you want to see applications? Do you want to see resumes? Do you want to participate in the interview process? How would you like to proceed?
I think at the very least, Mr. Sean, I'd like to see at the very least the resumes. I mean, the application is the application. They fill it up, but I'd like to see where they're coming from, and who they are, and what their background is. That's more important to me than the actual application. Anybody can fill out the application. And I'm thinking, if possible, be involved with the interview process. I think that would be good as a board activity, so we get to know who is making helping us make decisions going forward.
Okay, Kate.
This is Kate. Yeah, I agree with Sean. I think the whole board should review resumes and, if possible, try to be involved in the interview process, just because this is such an essential position for the town.
All right, then we'll go ahead and post the job description when we have it finalized. Let the application period run for whatever seems appropriate. Get what resumes we have. We'll schedule a special meeting, because this will be executive session, or maybe it'll be part of a regular meeting, but have to be an executive session. We'll review them, narrow them down, and decide how we want to proceed from there. Is that acceptable for now?
This is Sean. Sounds good to me.
This is Kate. Yes. This is a full-time position, right? Is this a full-time salaried position?
Barbara was, well, yes, it's a salaried position. It transitioned to full-time recently. Initially, with Barbara started part-time, but became clear 30 hours were needed. So,
Okay.
okay. That's all the topics we have for the open session, except to reconvene after the executive session. We have an executive session scheduled to discuss the purchase and sale agreement for the Rossi property. And I have a motion to adjourn and move into executive session for purposes of that discussion.
This is Sean. I'll make a motion to adjourn to executive session.
All right, motion has been made and on the floor. Any comments, discussions? All in favor of adjourning to executive session signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, it's unanimous. 3 votes in favor of executive session. Thank you to the audience. I'm not sure how long this will be, but as soon as we're done with the executive session, we'll come back and let you know, hold any votes as appropriate, or let you know the final results. So, with that, I'll adjourn the meeting for the executive session.
Good. Now, Joanne, we pop out, relog into the new one, correct?
Yeah, please. I don't want any
Yes.
chance of an over bleeding between the two if you leave them up.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yay.
We left Bob behind.
This says slow Haddam neck internet.
I know, it's like pitch black where I am. I don't know how he still had daylight.
I think he's using stage lighting. I don't know.
Special farm lighting.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, everybody, it looks like all 3 of us are back.
Yes, you're just a shadow in the dark now.
You know,
Yeah, I know. I'm outside and I'm not going to try to transition into the house where there's light. And if I start smacking at things uncontrollably, it's because the mosquitoes are starting to come out. So we'll make this quick. All right, just to lay out for the general public what is happening, we had an executive session to discuss a purchase and sale agreement for the Rossi property. This is just the first step in moving forward to either buying or not buying that property. The whole process we have to go through is this allows me to start, allows the town to start due diligence as far as environmental investigations, structural investigations, anything else. We've agreed on purchase price of $2.5 million. That has to be approved by Board of Finance. Planning and Zoning has to approve this. And ultimately, it has to go to a town hearing and a town meeting for public input. That'll happen farther down the road when we have the results of the due diligence, when we know there are or are not environmental problems or structural problems or any other problem with it. I will say the purchase and sale agreement is very favorable to the town. But what we're here for now is, can I have a motion from one of the members of the board to authorize me to sign the draft purchase and sale agreement you've reviewed to move forward in discussions with the purchase and sale of the Rossi property?
I'll make a motion that Bob signs the purchase and sale agreement and we can move forward with this project.
Thank you, Sean. Motion has been made and it's on the floor. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, I'd like to call a vote on the motion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. I'll note that all three Board of Selectmen members have voted in favor of it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, those of you in the public who have sat through this whole meeting. And with that, I would like to call for a motion for adjournment.
This is Kate. Motion to adjourn.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Again, unanimous, the motion that never fails. Thank you, everyone, for attending. This meeting at this point has terminated. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Well, take care. Be safe.